Brooklyn Independent Television.
If we learned that a small but dedicated band of engineers, designers, and machinists was working hard trying to revive light manufacturing in Brooklyn, we might say, hey, I'll drink to that. In fact, I'll have a shot of vodka. Why vodka? As Sector B's Krishnan Vasudevan tells us, that's the first product they've cooked up at the City Foundry, based in an old industrial site in Sunset Park.
The City Foundry is a small-scale research and development firm, but by small scale, it's not so much that we are small. It's more that we focus on small manufacturing.
We want people to be making things that can be sold at a reasonable price, making them here, and making them in-house as much as possible, or as much as they want to.
The small manufacturing has gone the way of the dodo. So we bridge the gap between one-off cottage industry style manufacturing and super industrial. So we will make the machines that will make 1,000 pieces because they don't exist.
Perched on the 6th floor of a Sunset Park warehouse complex, the City Foundry, a 5-man creative collective, is using art and science to improve local manufacturing. Their first project is the Industry City Distillery, which is redesigning how vodka is distilled.
Vodka is a technically demanding beverage. It's a spirit. It's a technically demanding spirit, and we're building all of our own equipment. We're purpose building all of our own equipment, and there's no real better way to test than to make a technically demanding product. With vodka, you can't really put it in a wood cask and age it. You can't say, well, that wasn't so great, but let's just say this batch has body, has some serious character to it.
You can't really hide anything with the vodka. It is a clear, unaged liquor. So anything that happens throughout the entire process, you're going to taste at the end. So if you're doing things really, really well, you're going to taste it. There's no real margin for error.
Nearly all the equipment in the distillery has been modified or custom built from the ground up in less than a year, and many of the components are often found in a science lab, not a distillery.
We're using a technology that is something that should be fairly unobtainable for the average distillery. We're using a biotech system of generating potable alcohol in a way that is actually more cost effective than doing it the traditional beverage route. The fractional process will literally allow you to separate out all the components in the alcohol and take them off one by one.
Though they have a lot more control over their vodka than the average distillery, the City Foundry team isn't trusting their palates alone in coming up with the right flavor for their product.
We're involving the consuming public in a large-scale experiment. We're trying out a couple different flavors, but we're going to approach this as if we don't know what a good vodka is.
You can Twitter us, you can Facebook us, or you can call us directly, and somebody will pick up the phone and you can tell us exactly what you think. And we've had people do that.
As the first 2 iterations of the Industry City vodka, which are bottled in-house to limit cost, have hit store shelves, the distillery is constantly improving its process to meet a growing demand.
Our development process is entirely iterative. Things do change day to day, and that's intentional. The bioreactors were made the way they are not just because they produce product at a quicker rate, but it's so that we can prototype at a quicker rate. Every day we're able to test 20 to 30 gallons of new material with no downtime.
The Foundry plans to launch their final product early next year, and hopes by showing their process to customers through their website and educational PSAs, people will continue to demand their product.
The whole idea is that we're making alcohol in a very different way, and we want to show you how, because we feel that if you see what decisions we made along the way to get to our final product, you'll make the same decisions when you're at the liquor store.
To be able to make a product that is able to stand on its own without needing to be harassed into shape by things like filters or additives is very difficult, and I can't think of a better challenge.
Watch this and other Brooklyn Independent Television episodes online at breakartsmedia.org/BIT.